Good evening and welcome to another wonderful edition of Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. Iron Port is proudly brought to you in association with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Ghana Revenue Authority, Goyle Company Limited, Serene Insurance, and Ghana Link Network Services. They are operators or implementers of the Integrated Customs Management Systems, ICOMS. Now, Iron Port is also streamed live on our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube at Iron Port Ghana. Indeed, you can get interactive with us during the show on our WhatsApp line, which is 0559 019 177. 0559 019 177. Let me also acknowledge our media partner, the Business and Financial Times, the BNFT. Now, if you want to have a grasp of all that transpired on the show tonight, please make it a point to grab the Thursday edition of the BNFT, and you're going to be able to know all that happened right here on this show tonight. My name is Kennedy Mona. We'll be back after this break.
Every now and again, Goyle makes good things happen. This time, Goyle has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goyle Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Goyle Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Goyle Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Goyle Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goyle has that sorted. Goyle, good energy.
Electricity, pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Oh, how are you?
Hi Yvonne, a few words please. Everyone is talking about the fire at your production house last week. How are you holding up? Has production stalled?
No, not at all. My crew and everyone on my set is perfectly fine because I insure with Serene Insurance. As a matter of fact, I've had all my equipment replaced, including the vehicles that were affected. My workers have been sorted out. Even my production downtime has been covered. So it's all good. I have a meeting to attend to, so I have to get going. Sorry about that.
Which insurance company did you mention?
Serene Insurance, the new face of insurance, a member of First Sky Group.
You're welcome back. Let me remind you that the show is also, the abridged version of the show will also be aired on Ghana Television on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Now, in the course of the week, some happenings took place or some activities took place in the maritime industry, and one of them has to do with the fact that Ghanaian authorities, together with authorities from neighboring Burkina Faso, met, in efforts to select a partner for the construction of the railway line from Ghana to Burkina Faso. And that is in the final stages, and this took place in the course of the week. Plus, a drilling exercise that took place in the port of Tema in our quest to see whether we are really prepared in the event of an oil spillage in our ports or in our waters. These two stories, let's go for them, and then we'll be back and continue the show.
Construction for the 1,000-kilometer railway line, which will connect Ghana to Burkina Faso, is expected to begin in January 2022 as procurement processes for a private investment partner have entered its final stage. 3 pre-qualified bidders for the Ghana-Burkina Faso Railway Interconnectivity Project have been issued requests for proposals documents. These bidders, namely China No. 10 Engineering Company, African Global Group, and Frontline Advisors, are expected to present their technical and financial proposals after 90 days for evaluation and an eventual selection following the recommendation of Transaction Advisors, Team Engineering of Italy, and Vision Consult Limited of Ghana. Speaking at a bidders conference held in Accra on Thursday, April 22, Minister for Railway Development John Peter Amewu revealed that the last quarter of 2021 has been agreed for the completion of negotiations for the commencement of physical construction works.
The two countries further agreed by the first quarter of 2022 we should be able to see actual construction of this project. We can confidently report to our two presidents that the project is on course.
The Minister of Transport, Urban Mobility and Road Safety of Burkina Faso, Vincent Dabigu, underpinned the important role this project will have in Africa's new era of trade and expressed the enthusiasm of his country to see its success. The acting Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Yao Owusu, said the rail project, which is expected to take about 5 years to construct, when completed, will not only preserve Ghana's roads, but will accelerate movement from the port of Tema to Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso massively.
Typically, it takes almost about a week to go from Tema port all the way to Ouagadougou. Okay, with this rail line, it will probably take about 12 hours to get from Tema to Ouagadougou.
As part of continuous efforts to promote safe maritime operations in Ghana's waters, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has assisted the Ghana Petroleum Mooring System to conduct an oil spill response drill. The drill, which is expected to be done periodically, is to augment the state of readiness of GPMS to contain and salvage any oil spills that may occur offshore during the handling of petroleum cargo that arrive in the country. The petroleum company, after the procurement of some oil containment equipment, such as the troll boom, oil skimmer, and a recovery tank, relied on the collaboration with the Port Authority to perfect its usage ahead of a possible real-life occurrence. Captain Francis Kwesi Maika is the harbour master for the Port of Tema and one of the facilitators of the drill demonstration.
The new equipment has newly been acquired, and therefore to prepare and to get familiar with its usage, it's important for this demonstration to take place. In that, in case of the real deal happening, God forbid, but for any spillage to happen, they should be able to contain it with this wonderful gadgets that they have.
The Health, Safety, Security and Environment Manager at the Ghana Petroleum Mooring System, Patrick Yeboah, says his outfit is committed to leverage on these exercises that would boost their skills for such operations.
If we have an oil spill, it would affect a lot of people. And environmentally, it takes time for oil to also break down, okay, into harmless substances. So looking at this, we know the impact of oil spills. And that is why this is very important.
You're welcome back. And those were some local stories, some activities that took place in the port and maritime industry in the course of the week. Now, tonight, we're talking digitization, we're talking tax, we're talking compliance, we're talking effective revenue mobilization. We have guests from the Ghana Revenue Authority, and when we return, I will introduce them to you, and we'll zoom into the discussion proper. But for now, we'll go for the GOIL TV market. It's all about products and services of one of our lead sponsors, GOIL Company Limited, and its premium is placed here on the GOIL Super XP Run 95. This week's edition of the program features the Amrahia service station. Enjoy.
In the service of the nation.
We are here in Amahia filling station to appreciate our customers. Southeast team. Southeast zone comprises of some part of Accra, Eastern region, and then part of Central region.
Southeast Zone has taken its turn on the GOIL TV market series. The zone, in collaboration with the BD Group and the quality assurance team educated drivers, mainly taxi cab and trotro owners, on the efficacy and the general quality of GOIL fuels at the Amranhia service station near Accra. The team demonstrated with tests and with the GOIL mobile laboratory the overall quality of GOIL products. Several drivers who patronized products from the two stations gave positive testimonies.
Go me talk first na me talk petrol baby foforo. But want to know now my sister me pumping na say. Na me fita say fita ni ka say auto petrol no na say oh. Yeah, another filling station. I say to GOIL. You see you want yes here engine no me start GOIL to me to shop bi.
GOIL be the person the filling station who are correct, who everything is set for customers should be named this and what should be buying. If you buy, I feel buy here from Kofodia Tafo and go and play match can where it is might be the same time now. That's why I always be there. Want to buy my fuel GOIL.
We any wrong 95 no. But I who call and say the city. We any wrong 91 no. I'm saying they will be any. Wrong 95 the entire your friend or wrong 95 ne say. If we are singing no, yeah the number and the general and the ma fuel no aye petrol no na ho den. Ghana ha no ye chassis e free wrong 91. Bibia eba form ebro ro 91 no yenyin tum ewo Ghana ha na ye de ne de ya pagam ekon 95 enso ya see e tama said de na utokoko na ema engine no e perform better ema engine no enyini ye de eche na esanso reduce maintenance cost.
You are always talking about petrol, which is XP3. What of the diesel engines?
XP3 no yedi ka chechim e wo diesel no. Na de ba ko awo diesel ho a me ka kire mo a enye emma wo car. Emfa se sofa. Se sofa no e wo esoro a say engine block lining. Se lining no se say a de na esi rusting. Start to say it take place. Afi ET and I say D injectors. Na afi engine na dey easy. It will go Europe and the idea. Almost high sulfur, 10 ppm. Your region, because of environment, high sulfur. Ghana currently 50 ppm maximum. Then so ebinum a ton up to 1,500 ppm. Yeah, they see and tons. The unique feature away your diesel when they say your ton, what is called ultra low sulfur diesel. A year below 50 ppm.
The last year, Mr. Carlo, in November, it is Nicoto fuel. Oh, baby. Nakano Kichinu, Tama man in the car and mamma, na antisa. Or beside me, say me to fuel. Let me show me to so and so. No, so there be no ton of fuel going. Or see, someone will say, pump with the boot and me say, or so was some pumps are and ye, but we turn it on top fuel going. Me talk going on a giant.
Yeah, that was a girl for near the same one who said, girl there at the papa, girl, super bia, betobiano, necalano, ahama mono green, and they are around 95. Even me told me, young kind of awesome. My young dear Tony dear, higher grade, same price.
Around 95, we say, but we can't watch when we can never come to the even conclusion. And you're very good because since we started using around 95, we have problem. Or me can't or be at around 95.
So I would like to take this opportunity to entreat all drivers to drive with care after they have bought their fuel from GOIL filling station. And I myself, in fact, I've been a GOIL client or customer by default. Ever since I bought my car, it's only GOIL that I've been buying my fuel.
Any GOIL filling station that you see, the fuel there is around 95, same price, same quality. Apart from that, when you come to Amranhia filling station, we have Go Cafe, Auto Pass, lubricant shop, and we have lube that you can also change your oil.
You're welcome back, and that was the GOIL TV market for you there. And like I told you earlier on, tonight we're talking tax, we're talking compliance, we're talking digitization, we're also talking revenue, effective revenue mobilization, so to speak. And you would have heard that from the 1st of April, your tax identification number, TIN number, would replace, that's your Ghana card will replace your TIN number, your tax identification number. And so you're going to be using your Ghana card as your TIN number. Why is this and how is that? These are the questions we are answering tonight on Iron Port. My guest in the studios, Dr. Martin Yamborgia. He is the head of the audit unit of the large Taxpayer Office, LTO, Large Taxpayer Office at the Ghana Revenue Authority. To my right tonight is Madame Georgina Zen. She is the unit head for the Taxpayer Identification Unit at the Ghana Revenue Authority. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Iron Port.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Let me begin with you, Doc. We also pick information that from the 1st of July, GRA is going to go digital. You are not going to allow or receive checks in payments. Anybody, that's 1st of July. Is it 1st of July, 1st of June?
1st of June.
1st of June.
June.
1st of June.
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. And so what it means is that if the fellow does not do, your client does not make payment electronically, the fellow cannot, pay to you. Can you bring us up to speed? Can you explain this particular, policy that you are implementing to us?
Okay, thank you very much. So just as you have stated, as part of making things easy for our taxpayers and also leveraging on technology, we have decided that going forward, payments should be done through transfer. Starting with custom, initially you could pay custom duty only through two banks, either EcoBank or Ghana Commercial Bank.
Yeah.
At the moment, we have almost 23 banks that you can pay your duty through. So that means that instead of everybody going to a commercial bank or EcoBank to pay, you can now go to any of the banks to make payment. Now, when it comes to domestic tax revenue division, we were initially mostly accepting checks payment or sometimes cash. But we are saying that with effect from May 1st, we now have what we call participating banks. And through the Ghana.gov platform, all those participating banks can now receive payment on behalf of Ghana Revenue Authority. That means that you are not going to come to GRA with your fiscal check. You can sit at the comfort of your home or your office with your laptop or any electronic gadget that you have and make payment. Now, like you rightly said, from 1st June, we want to cease the collection of checks as well. And you cannot make payment through other methods. You can use your mobile, you can use bank transfer, you can use direct payment, and all others. From July 1st, GRA will no longer accept even checks payment. We want you to do your own transfer. And it is one of the means of reducing the interface between taxpayers and then tax officials. So it means that you don't need to have any physical contact with any personnel or any staff of GRA before you can transact business with us. That is just one of the issues. Apart from payment, we have also made it possible for you to be able to file your income tax returns without even going to GRA. So we now have a system where you can file your personal income tax return or your corporate income tax return without necessarily have to go to GRA to pick a form. So these are some of the reforms that are going on at the Ghana Revenue Authority to make it easy for people to really transact business with us.
Now, you talk about the human interface, and that has to do with the fact that all this is aimed at reducing that drastically. You're not going to get people to go and pay directly to officials of GRA their taxes. But some traders would say, or some taxpayers would say, once officials visit their premises to collect these taxes, they're able to perhaps educate them on some things that they perhaps would have lost sight of, they perhaps would not have known. And so if you are taking this off completely, don't you think that would kind of like impact the operations in a way?
Thank you very much. In fact, we are rather enhancing the tax education. So as the people who were involved in the collection of money, like our cashiers, they will now be redeployed to other areas to assist in tax education. If you look at the domestic tax revenue, had also undergone some restructuring, and we have now created what we call taxpayer service centers. So the focus now is on taxpayer services, which has to do with a lot of education. So we'll still be going out to educate taxpayers on their rights and then responsibilities. But the aspect that has to do with handle of money is what we want to remove the human aspect. But we'll have more interaction with taxpayers by way of going to them. It will also be doing that through social media. And then when you go to the Ghana Revenue website now, there have been a lot of improvement on it. And you'll be seeing a lot of educational materials on our website, whereby as a taxpayer you can. But for those who may not be used to social media, we'll still be reaching out to them through our outdoor educational program, where we go to the taxpayers to educate them on their rights and responsibilities and also assist them, like we are saying. And even though we are saying that they are supposed to do this through the technology, there may be some who are technology challenged.
Right.
Our officer will still be assisting them to do that. But at least when it comes to handling of cash or money, we want to remove that completely from our system.
Now, like you just mentioned, some people are not technology, compliant, technology savvy, and so to be able to calculate their own taxes and pay online and all that might be a challenge. So, do you not think that perhaps going 100% on this e-payment system might give them a challenge in terms of getting them to comply with the payment of their taxes?
Yeah, so like I earlier on said, we'll still be assisting them. So our officers will be on hand to assist anybody who cannot, either through our outdoor programs, or it doesn't mean that we will not be allowing taxpayers to come to our premises. We just want to avoid the sheer volumes of people who have to come, and especially in view of COVID, where we're talking about social distancing, and also making it convenient for them. But we'll still want that if you have any challenge, you can still walk to any of our offices, especially our taxpayer service centers, where we have people who have been trained to give you the necessary education on how you can go about these transactions. It's rather to make things easy and efficient for almost everybody. Even anybody who doesn't have any IT knowledge, we will still be able to assist the person to do the necessary transaction with us.
Right. Now, we have barely 2 months for you to, implement this particular policy. Well, we're talking about June, and we are getting to the end of April. So we have just May and then June. And would you say you have embarked on enough sensitization or education, to get stakeholders to appreciate this particular policy that you are rolling out, and why you think that it is necessary for them to comply with it?
Yeah, we have done a lot, and they will continue to do. And I think this forum that we're having with you today is one of the avenues. At least you have given us the opportunity to inform them. And I believe that most of our viewers, or those who are viewing us now, will be hearing it and they'll be passing on to others. I mean, we keep on putting notices on the newspapers and other social media. So the education is ongoing. And that is why we are not making it completely that. So we have given them time. So at least between now and the May,
you can transition.
There's a transition. Then June. So it is July 1st that we say, no, we are not going to accept checks again. So we are making enough provision for people to be able to adjust to the system.
Right.
But on the end, we want it to be more convenient for the taxpayer and easy as well.
Very well. Let me come to you, Madam Zeng. What is the Ghana card thing, or the card, what do you call Ghana card pin? Yes, because you are telling us that our tax identification numbers, TIN numbers, will be replaced by this particular Ghana card pin. Tell us all about it.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Ken. Effective April 1st, I'm sure you are aware that the Ghana card pin indeed became the taxpayer identification number for individuals. And this aligns with the government policy for individuals to identify themselves by just one unique identifier when they are carrying out any transactions in this country, and their identification is required. Government agenda is for all individuals, citizens and non-citizens who are residing here legally, to be issued with one unique identifier from birth to death.
Right.
And the Ghana card is issued by the Ghana National Identification Authority, on which the PIN, the personal identification number, is allocated as your unique identifier, which became, for us individuals, our taxpayer identification number. So that's in brief, that's what the Ghana PIN is.
Okay, yeah. So I'll come to you again. Some people do argue that even as of now, they have not gotten their Ghana cards yet. So in such a case, in such a situation, how do these people, have their numbers?
Yeah, we anticipated this challenge. And so as part of the rollout, we are co-locating with the National Identification Authority for now in 14 of our offices across the country, so that where the individual does not already have a Ghana card, once you visit any of those locations, you will be issued a Ghana card instantly to enable you to transact any tax transaction, or wherever you are required to show your TIN, you are issued with the Ghana card, which shows your personal identification number, and then you can carry on with. In fact, we plan to replicate this co-location arrangement in the remaining GRA offices. We are working really hard to ensure this is done by the end of April, so that it becomes easier for every individual. But for now, anyone who has that challenge can visit in any of the 14 offices. We have them on our website. We have given out a lot of flyers, and with that, and so far it's been working. It's been really helpful. We haven't had too many complaints. Yeah, they are rather getting cards issued to them now. The arrangement between GRA and NIA has been helpful, to address the challenges.
So what happens to our old TIN numbers? Because I know when you're going to register a business, one of the requirements is you must submit your TIN number, else you're not going to get registered as your business.
That's correct.
And so is this just for compliance in terms of payment of taxes, or it cuts across the spectrum of business in terms of everything as a person or as a business?
Yeah, the taxpayer identification number is governed by the Revenue Administration Act, and apart from you acquiring it when you are liable to pay tax, you are also required to obtain the taxpayer identification number where you are transacting business with some institutions that are specified in the Act, and they include the banks, Lands Commission, and what have you. And so for all such businesses that an individual desires to carry out in this country, they are required to show their TIN. And now, from 1st April, the TIN now becomes the personal identification number indicated on your Ghana card. What happens to your TIN is that if you already have an existing TIN, we have an integrated system with the national identification number, so that on transfer of your data to us, it links automatically with your TIN, and then you continue with business as usual. Where it doesn't get automatically linked, we have made available a self-service portal on our website, and individual can visit it and then manually request for their TIN to be linked to their Ghana card. And once it's done, all your existing accounts are linked to the Ghana card, and then you are good to go.
Right, Doc, let me come to you. The Ghana Revenue Administration Act, that's Act 2016 of Act 915, gives legal backing to the tax identification number. Now that you are migrating to the Ghana card PIN, has the law been amended to allow you do this?
Okay, thank you very much. So like you rightly said, Section 10(1) in particular requires that the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority should maintain a tax payer numbering system. And that was done through the use of the TIN. The same law says that the Commissioner General can integrate that number with any number that is issued by any public body. And if you look at the National Identity Register Regulation 2012, it indicated that the national ID that the individual acquired can be used for tax purposes. So we can say that at least there are already existing legislation that enables the commissioner to be able to do that. So using your Ghana card number to as your TIN or your taxpayer identification number is something that is right within the law.
Now,
Indeed,
Madam,
indeed,
yes.
If specifically Section 10(2) anticipated this integration, the framers of that law actually made provision for this integration. They were looking forward to it. So essentially, the law doesn't change. All the mandate of the Commissioner General to issue the TIN, to maintain the numbering system, still remains. The only difference is that in line with Section 10(2), we are integrating with the national ID, the common numbering system. And so our 11-digit TIN gets replaced by this number, which is common to all and is within the law, like my colleague said. And so essentially, we do not really need to amend the Revenue Administration law.
Okay.
It is already covered. This integration with the National Identification Authority is covered under Section 10(2)(a) specifically. Yeah.
Right. So before you rolled out this particular initiative, did you have any figures or the numbers of people, Ghanaians, so to speak, who have acquired the Ghana card? I know you already had the numbers because for TIN, for the tax identification number, because you've operated with that for a while now, and so you know how many Ghanaians and businesses are hooked onto the TIN numbers that they operate with. Now with the Ghana card, can you tell us the figures?
Yeah, like I said, we've been working very closely with the National Identification Authority, and as at December, whilst in our TIN database we had about 6 million, the NI had registered about 15 million, over 15 million. So there was a transfer of data to us. As I speak, about over 14 million has been transferred from NI out of the 15, and we started with the majority, that is those that are 18 years and above, and then to integrate, and then we have been able to even match about 3 million, that is those who have Ghana card and have TIN, have been automatically matched. And we are taking steps to work on the outliers, if you like those that have just the Ghana card and don't have TIN. We need to trigger an enforcement activity. So yes, we know of the numbers. We had about 6 million on the side of GRE, and then NI had about 15 million. Over 40 million of which have been transferred to us already.
Right.
Yes.
And how many are you expecting at the close of the day? Let's say when the NIA concludes the registration process, how many Ghana card holders are you expecting?
It's going to be ongoing. It's going to be an ongoing thing. So what we had a cutoff point as of December, whatever they had registered is what we have gotten transferred to us. But in real time, as they register new individuals, the GRA the integrated database is updated, and then we take it up for taxpayers. So the registration is not going to be over. It's going to be ongoing, so that new each persons that turn 18, get their Ghana card, are pushed into the integrated system for us to also identify those that are immediately liable to tax, or at least can be monitored for tax purposes.
Right.
Okay, so let me just add what to Gina have said. So initially, like you are aware, it is not everybody who has a Ghana card that is eligible to pay tax.
Right.
Because tax, we are talking about people who earn income. And you agree with me that with Ghana card, there are students, there are people who are not working but have the Ghana card because it's a requirement. But looking at the database that the National Identification Authority already have, we have not less than 5.5 million people who are registered with the Ghana card that we think that should have been registered with GRA. So initially, we are looking at the figure of about 5.5 million. But in the long term, like Gina have said, we hope that that number will go on because more people will be registering for the Ghana card, and there are more people who will also be coming to register for this thing. So that automatically is going to make our number to go up at least to about 5.5 million initially, but that will increase over time.
Right. Now, this change that is about taking place, does it come with a change in taxpayer offices? For instance, if I am the taxpayer and where I pay my tax is perhaps at the ministries, would I have to change there? Would it change? You do have to get another office, or
No.
is just the same process, the same office, the same location, and all that?
No, for those who are already registered with Ghana Revenue Authority, there's not going to be any change in terms of your office where you pay your taxes. So you will still maintain. So it's not going to be any change. It is those who do not have tax offices that we're going to use the information from the National Identification Authority to allocate them to the nearest tax office to them. So when you were registering for your Ghana card, you are provided some information in terms of your residence or your place of work and others. So we can use that information to say that, okay, this is the most convenient tax office to you, and they will locate you. But if you think that that is not the most convenient, when you come to register with Ghana Revenue Authority, you can tell us, oh, I would prefer to be here. For example, you might be living at Medina, but you probably work at Richia.
Right.
So you prefer that you want to be nearer the office in Richia so that you can be paid instead of Medina. So if you come to us, we can do that. But in terms of those who are already registered, nothing will change. They will continue to do business with us as they used to do.
Now, I know you have identified the issue of people who have multiple TIN numbers. How are you going to treat these people under this new policy?
Yeah, so those who have the multiple TIN will have all the multiple TINs linked to their national ID, first step. And then we will take action to determine which has been active, which taxpayer identification number the person has been using for transactions, and then deregister and take out the ones that have really not been in use. But for starters, all multiple things will be linked to the Ghana card. That's one thing good. One good thing about this whole integration, because it's enabling GRA to sanitize our TIN database, because the integration is really, as part of the process, links all the multiple things to just the one individual to whom they belong. Right. And so we have a more clean database and clean taxpayer base to know and then use to generate the needed revenue. Yeah.
Now we have non-Ghanaians, expats, who also do business in the country.
Correct.
Necessarily, they do not have the Ghana card. And so how do they fit into this equation?
We are aware that for expats who live here beyond 90 days by the NIA law, if you lived here beyond for more than 90 days, you qualify to apply for the non-citizen Ghana card. And so for such expats, they shouldn't have a problem. The non-citizen card is the number allocated to you as your unique ID. You can use that. For those who do not live up to the 90 days, we treat them as exceptional cases, and we continue to issue TIN to them as and when it's necessary, and only at the RGD, Registrar General's department. Such exceptional cases are issued with TIN, so they can conduct business in this country. Yeah.
Now, tell us what was the situation with these non-residents and expatriates with regards to the TIN. What was the compliance level? Were you able to identify all of them, and did they actually do the needful?
Yeah, we haven't had any, I don't know who, my colleague he's in the audit unit and has been dealing with them directly, but
I think that I can say that largely majority of them have, because by law they're expected to file their annual income tax return, and to enable you to file your annual income tax return, you need a TIN. So majority of them have really acquired this thing. When we talk about expatriates, mostly we are looking at people who are employed in Ghanaian companies or multinationals, and they are working here. Right. And because they are required to pay tax in Ghana, they have also been required to register. So majority of them have tax identification numbers for which they have been using to transact business with us.
All right. So let me come to you the issue of third-party verification of TIN numbers. Is that going to apply in the case of the Ghana card PIN?
Yes. I mean, so what virtually this concept is, the Ghana card is just a number. If you look at the TIN was initially an 11-digit number. So the Ghana card that we are going to use, we are still going to, for GRA, we are still going to call it taxpayer identification number. The only difference is that instead of your 11-digit number, we are now using your Ghana card number, which starts with the GH. Right. So eventually, when that is done, it remains a TIN. And all the institutions and bodies that were required to verify your TIN before transaction business with you will still have to do that. But this time round, verify with the Ghana card, which is your TIN. The data of GRA will now have that Ghana card. So if you put in that you want the person TIN, what is going to pop up will be the Ghana card number. And that is exactly what it's going to do. So nothing much is going to change in terms of whatever that was existing and now. The only difference is just integrating the system and making it one instead of the multiple numbers. But all other things that have existed will continue. So like you said, if you went to the bank to open a bank account, you were required to provide a TIN. It will still be a requirement, but this time it will be your Ghana card, it will be your TIN. If you were registering a land, you needed a TIN to do that. You will still be needing it, but this time around, the TIN will be the Ghana card. So there's nothing much in terms of what used to exist in the Revenue Administration Act and now, except that the 11-digit TIN will now be replaced with a Ghana card.
Yeah, and to add to that, it can be verified. The third party, it can verify. If you visit our website now, if you look at the services available there, one of the online service that you can avail yourself of is the Verify TIN.
Okay.
And then when you access it, you can either use your TIN or the Ghana card will ask for it. And once you put in, it will indicate the status, whether it's valid or not. Third parties can also apply for APIs for more information on the taxpayer from to have that relationship with GRA. Instead of, if they want more information, they can apply for the API to be able to do further verification. But that existing arrangement where they could visit our website and do still remains. And as I speak now, if you go visit our website, you will have that service available for you as a third party to verify and then move on.
Right. Now, one particular group that we cannot overlook in the scheme of things as far as this new policy is concerned are importers and exporters. They give the country majority, a chunk of its revenue, and they use the ports. So how does this apply to them? What do they have to do? How do they come in as far as this situation is concerned?
As individuals, yes, they also
now
have...
But they pay duties?
Yes, indeed. So once they are Ghanaians or non-Ghanaians but fall within those who are eligible to get the card, all they need to do is get it. And for that matter, we even have stationed one of the NIA GRA collocations at the long room, customs long room. We are present there. And so far, it's been very, very helpful. So all those who are importing goods who do not have the Ghana card can just visit the customs long room. We have presence there, and they'll be issued with one so that they can still go ahead, clear their goods and then pay the relevant taxes.
Right.
Yeah, so let me just also come in that the replacement of the Ghana card as a thing only affect individuals. As far as companies and corporate bodies are concerned,
that's correct.
They will continue to use the existing thing that have been issued by GRA.
Right.
And if you look at most of these importers, majority of them will definitely be companies and enterprises. So nothing is going to change. They will continue to use the existing thing. So nothing is going to affect them anyway. It is only individuals. And as you have already said, if you are an individual and you have to import goods, which the law also allows you to do, you can use your Ghana card, and we have a co-location at the Tema Long Room where you can easily have your Ghana card. In fact, it has been made more easy for people to acquire Ghana card than earlier. But I remember when I was going to register for my Ghana card, I went in and registered. It took me months before I could get the card itself. But with this system now, you go to any of these designated offices, instantly you are registered and you get your card. So we're encouraging people to really visit GRA offices now and have their Ghana card, which can be used for their tax purposes also.
Now, you've mentioned some of the reasons why you are embarking on this policy, replacing the TIN numbers with the Ghana card pins. Is one of the reasons for increased taxpayer base of the GRA?
Yeah, that is very right. One of the functions of Ghana Revenue Authority is to identify taxpayers. And in identifying taxpayers, that is why we have to give them the numbers. If you look at what Gina was telling you, if you look at the number of people who are registered with Ghana Revenue Authority and have TIN, the number is far less as compared to that of the National Identification Authority. So we are expecting that once we have that data now from Ghana and National Identification Authority, when you were going to register, you would have indicated the type of work that you are doing. So from that information, we can tell that ABC is working, ABC is doing that. So through that, we'll be able to get the information of all those who are working, then compare that with our data. And then for those who are not already registered with us, it will enable us to now know that, yes, so-and-so is working, but he's not in our database. Then we can now contact them. So like I said earlier, we are going to first of all assign all those people to taxpayer service centers nearest to them, and then our team will follow up to them and then ask them to come and register with us if they don't come on their own. By law, every Ghanaian who also earns income is expected to file his or her annual income tax return. So once you have your data, and then at the end of the year, you are expected to file your annual income tax return, then when you file your return, we can determine that, oh, this is the income that you are earning. And if previously you were not paying tax, we can now make a fair assessment on you to be able to pay. So our one objective is to increase the taxpayer base and also even broaden the tax itself in terms of those who are paying.
Yeah. Very well. It's time for us to get interactive. We've started receiving some messages on our WhatsApp platform. Remember, you can also send us your WhatsApp message via our WhatsApp platform, and the number is 0559 019 177. 0559 019 177. We are glad to pick your messages. And a few have come through already. This one says, it's from Ohima in Tema. She says, good evening, Iron Port. I would like to find out if paying with Momo is going to attract the Momo charges. And she says, and I pray that their various compliance units wouldn't be demanding paper receipts for payment should there be need for checks with the client. Paying with Momo, would it attract the charges? Because what it is that if you are sending, say, 100 cedis, it attracts 1 cedi. Yes, so...
Yes, so at the moment, I think that is a policy of the telcos. But I'm sure, not all of them, I'm aware that Vodafone Cash, you don't pay anything when you are transferring, but MTN and probably Tigo, Airtel Tigo Cash, you will. I'm sure going forward, we may have an arrangement with them that, I mean, for tax purposes, if they are transferring money to Ghana Revenue Authority, probably that facility could be given to them. But at the moment, because it's a policy by the telcos, if you have to pay before transferring money, then you have to do that. But as we go along, I'm sure there may be some other negotiation with them to make it much easier and less costly as we want things to be.
But if you even, I think we all, even at our individual levels, use Momo more than visiting. So I want to believe that even if you want to compare that to getting up, driving in traffic, and going to a GRA office,
it's still much
for
more
starters, I will still encourage that we avail ourselves of these digital tools. But like Martin said, it's a good thing the person has brought it up. And I'm sure GRA will take a look at it if there are charges.
You look at the volume of the amount of money somebody's paying, and the fellow things looks at the charge, and I mean it's
so absolutely. Look at it like
the fellow will be uncomfortable, honestly.
Yeah. So like I'm saying, I'm sure it's something that we can look at it, and I don't think it will be too much for GRA to take over that cost.
Right.
Given that we are not going to have our cashiers and other facilities within GRA, we may want to say that, well, we'll take off this cost and bear that cost. So when people start patronizing, it will not be difficult for GRA to say that maybe
are you giving the general public, the viewing public, the assurance that this is what's going to happen?
Well, I don't have the permission of the Commissioner General, but knowing what the Commissioner General
that's likely to happen.
Yes, in terms of his desire to see that things are done easily, it is something that he wouldn't hesitate in doing.
All right, so Ohima, you have that response. The likelihood is that they may be able to absorb that cost, and so when you are sending you're paying your tax through Momo, it won't attract any charges. Now, this one from Stephen from Koforia says, this discourse has so far been very informative. I am loving it. It really is a good thing seeing the Ghana Revenue Authority go digital. Thanks to your panelists. Question. Is there any regulation within the GRA that requires those of us who do businesses online selling digital products to pay taxes? If the answer is a yes, what are the procedures?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, once you are doing business, you are supposed to register and pay. There are two types of taxes. We talk about indirect tax that has to do with VAT. And if you are doing online business, the value added tax at 2013 at 870 require all persons who are in e-commerce business to register with the Ghana Revenue Authority and pay VAT. Then the Income Tax Act and the Revenue Administration Act also require all those who earn income to also register and pay. So how do you do? You go to the nearest GRA office to you or taxpayer service center to you, and then you have yourself registered for the tax type. If you already have your TIN or your Ghana card, that will be easy. If you don't have it, it will be issued to you. Then you register with us, and then you can start paying your taxes.
Very well. All right, so let's take this one. It's from Jeffrey in Tema. And Jeffrey says, I want to know the procedure to link my TIN. I think he's talking about migrating from the TIN to the Ghana card PIN. Yes. How does he go about it as an individual?
He can visit the GRA website, www.gra.gov.gh, and then you will see, it will take you to a platform where...
Yeah, so we have something, online tools.
Yes.
So when you click on the online tools, then it will ask you what you want to do. So you have link your tin. It's just a three-step process. So you click and it will ask you to put in either your existing tin or your Ghana card. Then you put it in, then it will move to another state. Then it will require, then once you do, you click, it will tell you that you have been linked, and that is all.
Let's take it again. If I go to www.gra.gov.gh,
yes.
What's the procedure?
So there is a portal there that online services or online tools.
So you click on online tools.
Online tools. So when you click on online tools, it will ask you what you want to do. And there you want to verify your tin. If you want to verify like whether the tin is valid. So like somebody present a tin to you, want to know, you can just put in the tin. It will tell you that the tin is valid.
Right.
You want to link your tin. It will ask you, do you want to link your tin, your Ghana card with your tin?
Right.
Yes. Then you click. Then it will tell you to put in either the Ghana card or the tin.
Okay.
And then once you do that, the next step, so you initially you put on your tin. The next step, you put on your Ghana tin, and then you take it to tell you that you have been linked. It's a very simple process. I did it myself some weeks ago, and it was quite easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, somebody also sent in a question asking what she should do. She is one person who doesn't have the Ghana card yet. So where can she register? She wants to know.
She can visit any of our offices in Accra or where?
In Tema.
In Tema, well, we have the customs law. We also have the Nicola Plaza. We have one center at our office, Taxpayer Services Center, at the Nicola, around the financial enclave.
Okay.
Yeah, so she can go to any of them, the customs law room or that office, and she'll be attended to instantly.
Very well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. There's also messages coming through, but let me come to you, madam, and find out from you what the actual benefits of migrating from the tin to the Ghana card pin are.
Yeah, so the first to GRA, let me look at the benefits to GRA. Like you rightly asked the question whether we were anticipating any increase in taxpayer base. So the first that we are looking at is the widened tax net. Because once we share this data is transferred from NIA, clearly what we have is far less than what NIA have. And even if you assume that everybody at the 6 million already are included in the 40 million transferred, it may we still have about 9 million to deal with. Then we can filter to know those 9 million who has some stated income. And then using that, we can rope in more revenue. So one benefit to GRA is the fact that this definitely is going to lead to a widened tax net. And then it's also helping us to interoperate with other institutions. Okay, and so we going forward. First, we have started with DVLA. We are looking forward to linking up with DVLA and SNET. And once we interoperate, we'll be able to compare data and tax liabilities of, especially people paying PAYE and contributing SNET. Are they really in sync? And all this are benefits to GRA, this institutional interoperability. And then we have easy access to taxpayer information. Martin rightly said that one of our job begins with identifying the taxpayer. Here is it made very easy for us, where NIA simply registers and pushes it to GRA. So taxpayer identification, information of the taxpayer is very easily identified. And then let me to the individual. There
Absolutely.
are benefits.
Let
me not be too selfish.
The benefits that are accrued to GRA, but to myself as a taxpayer, how do I benefit from this new policy?
Being too revenue biased. Yeah, so to the individual, for me, the first thing I look at is the fact that we are spared the burden of carrying so many ID cards around. Once you have your 10 now being same as the national identity card, it means that you don't need to come and spend time in GRA acquiring a 10. So it means the turnaround time used to acquiring 10 is eliminated completely.
Right.
Once you have the NSO, you have more time on your hand to do business, in addition to the fact that you have to carry just one ID for all transactions. You can access all services within GRA and without GRA. And then, Martin?
Well, so like that's right. It will reduce the face-to-face interactions.
Yes,
so there will be reduction in terms of cost.
Yes.
There will be reduction in terms of time.
Okay.
And you also have access to all services of GRA and all other state institutions just with one number.
Yeah.
And like instead of going to register for 10, where you already have a Ghana card. So it means that you don't even need to do that again. So there will be no burden on you going to register for 10. Like you rather say, if you wanted to go and register a company at the Register General Department, one of the requirements is that the directors must have a tax identification number, which you need to register again before you can. But if you have your Ghana card and you want to register a company, you just go in, you provide your Ghana card, that is your thing, and then you can easily register. So in the end, I mean, the taxpayer is going to benefit in terms of it being easy, and you can verify everything.
Yeah. Very well. This is Metropolitan Television, and the program is Eye on Port. And in the studios with me doing the discussion, Dr. Martin Nyamborgia. He is the head of audit unit at the Large Taxpayer Office at the Ghana Revenue Authority. And also with me is Madam Georgina Zeng. She is the head of the Tax Identification Unit, Taxpayer Identification Unit at the Ghana Revenue Authority. And we're discussing compliance, we're discussing digitization, we're discussing tax, and we're discussing effective revenue mobilization. We'll be back after this break.
Every now and again, GOIL makes good things happen. This time, GOIL has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with GOIL Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. GOIL has that sorted. GOIL, good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Oh, how are you?
Hi Yvonne, a few words please. Everyone is talking about the fire at your production house last week. How are you holding up? Has production stalled?
No, not at all. My crew and everyone on my set is perfectly fine because I insure with Serene Insurance. As a matter of fact, I've had all my equipment replaced, including the vehicles that were affected. My workers have been sorted out. Even my production downtime has been covered. So it's all good. I have a meeting to attend to, so I have to get going. Sorry about that.
Which insurance company did you mention?
Serene Insurance, the new face of insurance, a member of First Sky Group.
So you all come back to Eye on Port here on Metropolitan Television. My guests are still in the studios with me, and this is where we would like to get interactive with you. So you can give us a call, and the line to call is 020-552-8353, 020-552-8353. We're glad to pick your calls, and my guests would answer whatever questions you have for them, whatever contribution you have. We have this particular message from Frederick Osuyebwa. He's sending us a message from Adeso. And it says, a friend of mine went to open a bank account last week with his Ghana card in place of 10, but was told by GRA hasn't given the go-ahead yet. May I know when the banks are beginning to accept Ghana card in place of the 10? Doc, would you like to attempt this?
Okay, so for the bank to accept the Ghana card as your 10, you must first of all have that link. like we are saying, you need to link your Ghana card with your TIN before the banks will accept. So we expected that from 1st April, once that directives have been given and people have started the banks. But if some of the banks are still not accepting the Ghana card as a TIN, they will probably have to look at it. But we believe that from now going, all banks will be able to accept, provided it is linked. Don't forget that the Ghana card does not automatically become a TIN unless it is linked with the GRA data.
Okay.
So you need to have that done. So either you go to the GRA office and have that done, or you use the online portal that we have seen and have that done. So once you do that, then the bank can now trust that you have a TIN. But it's not automatic yet unless that link is being done. So we expect the person to have that link done. Then the bank can have access to that data and be able to verify that you are indeed the person that they are transacting business with.
Right. All right, so let's go into the phone lines. We have our very first caller, Ohima from Tema. Good evening, Ohima.
Yes, good evening, Kenneth.
Yes.
That's Ohima from Tema.
Yes.
My second question was not answered, okay, about the fact that once we are dealing digitally, when there's the need for their compliance departments to check with the client, maybe for clarification or something, we will not be required to produce a paper receipt. Okay? And also, to what extent does this digitalization operation affect their back end, like the management of the client bank? Because you go to GRA, there's a lot of paper files. Sometimes it takes a while for them to get your file. And especially with the Tema office, you can be there and they'll call you to come and produce certain proofs of payments and all that. Even sometimes including your registration documents, your corporate registration documents. And
okay, basically,
I mean, we pay and we are supposed to have the record. So it can't be calling us every time to bring receipts. What if it's not there or something? So I want to find out to what extent this digitalization operation affect their back-end operations and client file management. And with regard to the MOMO, I mean, for example, for MPS technology, when we are paying our terminal handling charges via MOMO, you don't pay charges. So maybe they can learn from them what they did to arrive at that, and then we can have things with regards to the tax payment. But I must commend GRA for the digitalization of duties and everything. We can pay duty at every time at any time, and that's great. So we should keep up with it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much indeed, Ohima from Tema, our first caller for tonight. Doc, you want to respond?
Yeah, so let me respond to that. Thank you very much, Ohima, and for that. Listen, the assurance I want to give to her is that we are really going through digitalization, and as part of it, all our systems are going to be automated. So we have the GPMS system that have been deployed now. A lot of the models have started working. That's why you can file your income tax return online. With that now, we wouldn't be expecting you to come with physical receipt for verification. GRA should be able to verify all your information online through the system. So it's going to affect both the front end and the back end. In the long run, every part of GRA will be fully automated. We are even making it possible that you, at the comfort of your home, can even check to know your status or in terms of your statement. So you can check and tell that, oh, this is the amount of taxes that I've paid, or this, I'm up to date in terms of this. So these are things that we are bringing on board. So in the near future, you wouldn't need to be present with any physical receipt for verification or whatever. We can get that from the system as it goes on.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Doc. This one says, my question is how GRA is prepared. How is GRA prepared for possible jam on their website on the dates, usually last day of the month, of filing and payment of taxes, as during such days, a lot more people will be visiting the website at a particular time. Please kindly ask Madam, where can I register for the Ghana card? I am in Tamale, and this one is coming from Frank. So the first one has to do with how prepared you are, because there will be a lot of pressure on your website, you know, given the when the last day approaches. For instance, we're talking about June. And so when the time is, people will relax and then they want to do the last minute thing, you know, they say that's our culture. And so how prepared are you so that your network doesn't break down?
We are very much prepared on that. We are aware of this problem. You know, at the moment, we are relying on the telco network. And we have realized that is why these things are created. So what we are actually going to do is that we are moving to fiber optic network, where, this kind of interruption will not be there. And then we are also increasing the capacity of this. So we have really prepared for it. And then going forward, this will be a thing of the past. We are aware of that, and we are putting in place measures to ensure that doesn't happen.
Right. Madam, someone from Tamale wants to know where
you can get there.
Yes.
He just has to visit the Taxpayer Services Center in Tamale.
GRA.
Yes,
GRA
please.
office.
Ghana Revenue Office.
And I guess the same applies to John from Koforidua and the Eastern Region. He's also asking where he can.
The Taxpayer Services Center in Koforidua, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, your program is very educative. I would like to ask a question. My taxes are taken from the Controller General's department, but it's not linked to my TIN number. And even all the taxes I paid before, I even went to Controller General Department. Are all not linked to my TIN. Why is it so?
Yes, so I think it has been so because GRA wasn't fully automated. And your taxes were paid by your employer. At the end of the year, you, the employee, you were expected to file your personal income tax return. But going forward, with the GPMS system, what will now happen is that every payment that is made in respect of any person that has a tax identification number will be linked to your account. So once your employer comes to pay your monthly pay as you PAYE, and they have provided your thing, which is the Ghana card, that will be credited to your account. So as an employee, that hasn't been done yet, but it's one of the process that we're going to do as part of the digitalization process that we're doing. So you can also sit as an employee and check whether even your employer has been paying tax on your behalf or not. So very soon, we just want to make life comfortable and making tax payment pleasant, even though people wouldn't want to make it enjoyable that you are paying tax, but you feel happy that you are paying because you can easily have access to every information.
Right.
That is it.
Okay. So let's pick Benedicta from Ho. Good evening, Benedicta.
Hello.
Good evening.
Please, I would like to ask a question.
Yes, please go ahead with your question.
Please, I have the Ghana card, and the last time I went to the GRA in Ho, they asked me they told me I can use the Ghana card in place of the TIN. I don't have the TIN number. I went so that I could do one, but they said I can use the Ghana card.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
From the TIN to the Ghana card, it's being replaced. So for existing taxpayers, that's what we are linking. So those that do not have the TIN and you have the Ghana card, it's now good. It's as good as taxpayer education. So when you want to do business with GRA, you just enter and present it, and you are fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the banks, we have actually engaged the banks. We've sensitized them, and like Martin said, effective 1st April, all institutions that are mandated to demand the TIN are supposed to accept the Ghana card submitted by individuals as their TIN. Effective, and we've engaged them, we've sensitized them on this, and so we are not really anticipating this challenge to continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you can also get interactive with us. Remember the number to call is 020-552-8353, 020-552-8353. We are glad to pick your calls, and my guests would respond to them. Now, this one says, good evening. Please, what if I have done my Ghana card but haven't received it yet? Takradi, he says, this from this person. He has registered for the card but hasn't received it yet. So what does he do?
Yeah. So when you come to GRA, we can check to be sure whether it has been issued. You know, some have been issued, but actually they haven't gone for them. So if you come, because we have the data, we can tell you that your card has been issued. We can give you the number, the card number, then you can follow up and pick the card. I don't know whether, because we may not want to issue duplicated cards. So if your card has already been issued by the National Identification Authority, that is fine. But if it is not issued, because we are co-locating with them, they can tell you, oh, you have been registered, but you have not been issued a card. Then you can have your card there immediately. So you don't need to go through the registration process. The card can be printed for you, even at the Ghana Revenue Authority offices as you visit us.
Right. Okay. We have a caller from Tema. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening. Okay, I understand we've lost that particular caller, but let's move on. Doc, let's do something on online filing and payment at the GRA. Can you explain to us what the GRA is doing in relation to digitization of online filing and payment?
Okay, thank you very much. So just as part of our process of making it easy for taxpayers, we have made it possible for taxpayers to be able to file their personal income tax return or their corporate income tax return online. So we have a portal now, the GPMS system. We also have another portal that was developed by GRA within. We call it ITAS, Integrated Tax Processing Application System. So if you want to do that, what you do is that you go to the Ghana.gov. Then when you go to Ghana.gov...
Okay, Doc, hold your fire. We'll come back. Okay. We'll go for Walanyo. Walanyo is calling us from Tema. I think he called earlier and the line dropped. Let's see whether we have him now. Good evening, Walanyo. Mr. Walanyo, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, you may go ahead with your submission, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Tema. I'm working in a company. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Walanyo.
Yeah, I'm working in a company and I'm paying a tax. But I don't have PIN and I don't have the Ghana card proof. What will I do?
Okay.
Offices. He's in Tema. Yes. He can either visit the customs long room or our taxpayer services center, that is a GRA office on the Nicola Plaza.
Okay.
You come to one.
Okay.
And then you'll be attended to, please. You'll be given a Ghana card instantly, so you can go on with your tax transaction.
All right. Yes, Doc, you were...
Yes, so like I was explaining, we have this platform, the Ghana.gov. So what you need to do is that if you want to file online or you want to pay taxes online, but we're talking about filing, you visit the Ghana.gov. You sign up to the Ghana.gov by providing your personal details, your email, your TIN, then your contact phone number. Then you also sign up to the ITAS, which is the Ghana Dissing. Then once that is done, it will send you to the Ghana Revenue Authority portal. Then you can see whether you want to file your personal income tax return, you want to file corporate income tax return. So when you click, the form is there, then you input your necessary figures. After you are done, it will ask you to submit. You can review it if you want to. You can make changes if you want to.
Right.
Then you can submit it. At the end of the time, you can review to be sure that it is filed. So you need to file. Now, when it comes to organizations, before you can access the system, you need to have somebody, what we call an authorized representative.
Right.
Because we don't want somebody to probably say, I'm dealing on behalf of Metro Television, whereas the person may not.
Yeah.
So want somebody from Metro Television, maybe a director or somebody to give an authorization, that authorizing so-and-so to transact business on our behalf. So we'll need the tax identification number of the person who's giving the authority, and then the tax identification number of the person who's being authorized, so that you can always go in and transact business on behalf of the company. So it is possible now through the Ghana.gov and then GRA platform.
Okay. So we go and speak to Kwabna from Asenkrigwa. Good evening, Kwabna.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with your submission.
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm a small taxpayer in Asenkrigwa, and with this introduction of this digital payment, if I pay online and your officers come around for compliance, and I don't have my phone around to show my receipt of payment, how is GRA going to ensure this compliance?
Madam, okay, thank you very much, Kwabna.
If he doesn't have his phone around.
Yeah, to show evidence of payment of his taxes, because he's saying he has effected payment already.
Yeah.
Yes, and he has the details on his phone.
Yeah.
Now, your officers goes in person to check whether he has indeed paid his taxes, and his phone is not readily available.
Yeah.
What does he do to convince the officers that he has indeed paid?
If immediately the phone is not available, we can always have an appointment with him for him to make it available for us to check. The fact that we are on compliance doesn't mean, especially on the routine compliances that we visit, if we come and for any reason you don't have your record available, we can always have an appointment and then we'll revisit and then check the evidence of the payment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And let me quickly add that before even the compliance team will go out, they will have also checked within, and they can tell that so and so have paid. So if you are paid, we will know. So you don't need to be personal because we have done our checks within to be sure that you have paid before we go out on you. So we can check it within before even coming.
Okay. Yeah. So, Doc, can you also tell us some of the, tax applications and returns that have been put online? We'll come to you for that, but we have one Salom on the line. Hello, Salom. Salom, good evening, sir. Okay. I understand we've lost Salom, but yes.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, at the moment, we have the personal income tax return and the corporate income tax return.
Online.
Now. And the reason why those are online is that they are annual returns. And there is a time requirement. For example, this month, April, is a tax month. Every person whose basis period ends 31st December is required to file his or her return not less than 4 months after the end of the year. So we're expecting that all taxpayers or all persons who are required to file their returns should be able to do that by the end of April, which is next Friday.
Yeah.
So that is why we have deployed these tools there to make it easy for people to be able to do. But those other ones like PAYE, VAT, which are monthly, we are also activating them, and very soon you should be able to do all transactions with us. But at the moment you can do PIT, that is personal income tax return, and corporate income tax return, which are due by Friday of this month.
All right. Right, let's go to Adenta, where we are speaking to Joshua. Good evening, sir. Joshua.
Good evening.
Yes, please go ahead and make your submission.
Mine is a concern. I registered for a business, and I was due to commence business, and which I was supposed to travel outside to go and meet my business partner. So in order to make sure everything right, I went to the GRA office to open a tax file so that I can pay my tax. And because of the COVID, I was not able to travel. So in addition of preparing to get my documents to travel, I requested for a tax clearance certificate. But then the business I haven't even started, but I was made to pay an amount. So I want a clarification on that. A new startup business should not be started in the business. Is it right to make payments if you want a tax clearance certificate or anything?
Okay.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, so if you look at the system that we'll operate what we call a self-assessment system. That at the beginning of the year, every taxpayer tells us how much income you are expected to earn for the year and how much tax you are supposed to pay.
Right.
Then you then be required to pay that on a quarterly basis. So I'm sure if he had filed his estimate of tax payable and indicated that for this year he's not going to pay any tax at all, probably they wouldn't have required him to pay. But if you didn't, based on your previous records, maybe last year because COVID, or the previous year because there was no COVID, you were making profit. They will hope that you still make profit. So we'll ask you to make a deposit while spending the finalization of your return. So if he had any challenge, then he need to explain to them that because businesses are not good this year, I'm not going to make any profit. We'll allow you and give you a tax clearance certificate without that. But there are penalties if at the end of the day it is found out that you were required to pay tax, you just told us that you were not supposed to pay.
Okay. Very well. Let's pick our last caller, and he's calling us from Bawe. Good evening, Yusuf.
Good evening.
Yes.
Yusuf, calling from Bawe.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I also have a concern concerning where I used to pay taxes or file my return. Yes, I've been receiving calls from other locations that I have to be transfer my taxes with them, and that I have to file with them. First it was from Opala, the second is from Altuma. Meanwhile, my file is at Adabraka. So I don't know, when I inquired from them, they were saying internal reorganization or whatever. So I don't know why that. If it is internal reorganization, they are supposed to resolve the issue, not to be calling taxpayers, telling them that their file has been transferred from here to here, and they are making us confused.
All right. Thank you very much.
I want him to address that. I don't know. After now, my file is at Adabraka, but I've received two, one from Mopala and one from Matahiko. that my file has been transferred to their place and that I have to be partnered with them.
Okay. Yusuf is our last caller. Doc, just...
Yeah, so briefly, yes. Like he rightly said, the domestic tax revenue division has undergone some restructuring.
Right.
Previously, we were having what we call small taxpayer office and a medium taxpayer office. But what we have now done is that we want people to pay based on their jurisdiction.
Right.
A medium taxpayer office had a wider coverage over a number of small taxpayer offices. So it required people traveling a longer distance. What we have now done is we say that no, we don't want to have this concept of small and medium. So apart from the large taxpayer office, all other taxpayers are now in one office based on where you are located. We call it taxpayer service center.
Yeah.
So if you were previously paying your tax in a medium taxpayer office, but based on your location, we realize that you are closer to one taxpayer service center. Your file is sent there, and we communicated to all taxpayers to let them know.
Right.
If that place is not convenient for him, he can easily request for us to transfer him to the nearest place where he can contract business with ease.
Okay. Very well, Madam. I think we are just getting to the concluding minutes of this program, and we want to find out from you why you think that Ghanaians should buy into the policy that you are implementing from the 1st of June, and why they should migrate from the tin numbers to the Ghana card pin.
From the 1st of June, that's going cashless and encouraging everybody to pay their taxes using the digital tool.
Sure.
I mean, this clearly, the convenience is undeniable for all of us to be able to pay our taxes and then file, even not only pay, but file from the convenience of our home. So it goes without saying that everybody should endeavor to avail themselves of this opportunity. In fact, come 1st May, you can start doing that, filing using the Ghana.gov and then making the payment. It's just that from 1st June, we stop taking the checks, but you can start the use of the digital tools from 1st May.
Right.
Yeah, and also endeavor to get your Ghana card. Migrating from 10 to Ghana card, like I said, spares each of us the burden of carrying too many IDs, and it helps harmonize your own data, and then it helps us have a more improved database. It has integrity, and then we are able to leverage on that, and then generate more revenue for national development.
Absolutely.
And so let's all go out there, especially the individuals who then are being replaced, so that we support GRA and then Ghana as a whole.
Right.
Yeah, and if they have concerns, I think they should take out toll-free lines.
Absolutely.
Those who still have concerns,
yes,
they can call 0800, then 900, then 11 for them to be to have their concerns addressed.
900 114.
Yeah.
0800 900 114.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the toll-free number if they want to make inquiries about this whole new arrangement that's taking place. Doc, your final words. We have barely 30 seconds to wrap up.
So what I can say is that, I mean, taxation is the survival of our country. I mean, it is out of the taxes that we're able to pay for our security, to pay for infrastructure, schools, and everything. And most of these developed countries that we even go to collect loans from, it's basically from taxation of the citizens. So I believe that if every citizen will be patriotic enough to contribute his or her little quota, we will not be going to borrow. We'll be able to provide the needed infrastructure. We'll be able to make life comfortable for everybody. So I want to encourage everybody who earns income to register with the Ghana Revenue Authority and pay their taxes, particularly taking advantage of the technology that we have now made it easy for them to do.
Okay. Very well. Thank you very much indeed. Dr. Martin Yamburgia is the head of the audit unit of the Large Taxpayer Office at the Ghana Revenue Authority, and Madam Gina Zeng is also the head of the Taxpayer Identification Unit, also at the Ghana Revenue Authority. We've been discussing digitization and compliance for effective revenue management. Revenue mobilization. My name is Kennedy Mona. Remember, the abridged version of the show will be aired on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on Ghana Television. Many thanks for listening and have a wonderful evening.